One of the key things in a monetary policy when they go to revalue a country is they have high security. They want to tamp down currency manipulation. They want to stamp out the black market. That's all part of the process. Article quote, "Any attempt to manufacture, possess or pass on fake banknotes is a criminal act that is severely punished by law, calling for the delivery of any fake banknotes to the police and to the Central Bank of Iraq." I heard this from several different groups. No taxes on our exchange. We are starting to hear more and more logistics on this thing. There is progress and movement happening. I'm not trying to give you a date. Iraq can only change their rate on a Sunday. The rate will change on what is their Sunday morning before or by the time their banks open. Their banks open Sunday morning 8 a.m. their time. Here's the unknown variable in this. Does Iraq need something like a holiday to legitimately suspend or pause their currency auction on a Sunday, allowing them to change the rate? That's a question none of us can answer. We don't know. In a float, there will be no wild ride with gyrating values. A float is a mechanism devised so a basket of currencies will remain relatively stable. It cannot move more than 2% either way, up or down, every 90 days. That means any significant movement in value, per currency, will take a very long time. Mr. Sami says when Amendment 12 of Budget passes, then the next step will be that the budget table will be going to Parliament. Once that passes, a new rate will show before the tables go to Parliament because the budget table line items need that rate. Frank, thank you for that understanding. I really appreciate it. I'm going to rule out the 15 days and focus only on the accomplishment of the amendments that will expose the new budget and the new rate. We don't know when it's going to happen, but we are seeing many signs that it is very close. I was told by political sources that it is a top priority for our new US administration to see currency and rate changes. CBI unveils new banknote security features. Yes, they are new banknotes, but the difference between the new ones and the old ones is there are additional security features on there, so no, there's no panic about you having to switch out your old notes for the new notes. Why go through the hassle of putting on all these additional security features if you thought you were going to change your currency and give it a redenomination without the zeros and change the exchange rate? Doesn't sound to me like there is any plans in the very near future for them to go ahead and redenominate as well as change the exchange rate. Remember, here's the key, it's your currency. It's your money and you're in control. You're in the driver's seat. Banks have policies, but doesn't mean they can't change them. They sure as heck don't want you to go down to the bank 3 blocks down because they're going to lose a lot of money. I was misinformed, and I misinformed you guys. This could not go before President Trump made his way back into the Oval Office, and the information we were getting might have been coded, and we took the code wrong, or whatever happened. My fault, my bad. The good news is he is back in as of the 20th of January, but now that we've crossed that threshold that President Trump is back, and the good news is that we are moving forward, I just think we're looking very good to get started with this. There is nothing else to hold us up from going. Emo, the math used here isn't what we can be excited about. 1,250 dinar is definitely better than the official rate of 1,310 dinar to the dollar, but if you take the old dinar 1,250 of them, and trade them in for one new dinar. 1 million dinar is equal to $800. You are not in Iraq exchanging. How did you miss this part? Making the value of 1 dinar equal to $1. Follow-up question. Now I'm more confused, so if I'm an Iraqi citizen, I have to accept it at 1,250 old dinar for one new dinar. But if I'm not in Iraq, I can trade it 1 for 1. On Forex, supply and demand will increase value externally. In Iraq they will only use dinars. Why don't you understand a dinar is equal to $1, if IT starts out that way, and then IT starts trading on Forex? The value will go up from there. If they do it this way. CBI on TV News, saying new banknotes will circulate with the existing ones and there are no plans to pull the older notes. They will coexist. Then they talked about the new security features on the new banknotes that are coming out. They are preparing us to give us the new small category notes. Frank, Emo, those 30 notes will be exactly like the new small category notes minus the zeros, and instead of a 25 Emo it'll be a 20. Question: any new predicted rate on dinar and dong? Marks: still hearing, and what makes the most sense is $4.50 on dinar and $2 to $3 bucks on the VND. Some of the rates we have seen most often is $3.90 to $4 showing up on dinar and $2.40 to $2.50 showing up for the dong. We won't know for sure until we are at the banks. This has been a long journey for all of us. It seems all is ready. The liquidity and money is there and we are ready to go. I have spoken to people who actually have appointments with banks, and I've seen bank accounts. All is ready to go. This time it is real. It is real. Am I excited? On Thursday, Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani expressed his government's aspiration for more cooperation with the Arab Monetary Fund through its contribution to financing the Reconstruction and Development Campaign, especially in the field of infrastructure. This came during his reception of the chairman of the Arab Monetary Fund, Fahd bin Mohammed al-Turki, congratulating him on assuming the position of chairman of the fund, wishing him success in his duties. Al-Sudani confirmed, in a statement by his media office received by Shafaq news agency, the government's support for the tasks of the Arab Monetary Fund, of which Iraq is one of the founders and the second largest contributor, after the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Al-Sudani pointed out Iraq's aspiration for more cooperation with the fund, and for the effects of its work to be reflected on the Iraqi scene, through its contribution to financing the Reconstruction and Development Campaign that the government has embarked on, especially in the field of infrastructure, as well as the desire for the fund to work on expanding the contribution of Iraqi cadres in its work, and building bridges with Iraqi financial institutions. The Prime Minister also stressed the importance of the fund contributing to strengthening Arab ties, by regulating financial, monetary and trade relations, in a way that enhances common interests between them. For his part, the chairman of the board of the Arab Monetary Fund expressed his thanks and appreciation for the warm reception, stressing the fund's keenness to support Iraq and participate in its development programs, in a way that contributes to enhancing constructive cooperation in the field of financial and financing sectors, according to the statement. The Ministry of Oil announced, on Thursday, the total oil exports achieved for the month of December 2024, which exceeded 100 million barrels of crude. According to the statistics issued by the State Oil Marketing Company, SOMO, and published by the ministry in a statement today, the total exports of crude